emergency services. During the recent flood inquiry, we heard from numerous CFA brigades about the difficulty they are having in attracting and retaining volunteers. This impacts the CFA's abilities to respond in a time of crisis. Can the Minister detail what work the government is doing to help attract and retain new volunteers to join the CFA, especially brigades that are currently experiencing low memberships?
Minister.
For her question, Mrs. Tyrrell, for a question, and it's a really important issue, and I thank you for your ongoing support of the CFA. I know you're deeply engaged in Northern Victoria and have a lot to do with the brigades that turn out day in, day out to protect country Victorians in our shared electorate. In good news, Ms Tyrrell, in relation to volunteer numbers, we are seeing an increase across CFA. The sector is currently looking at around, so they've consistently maintained a dedicated pool of over 50,000 hardworking and committed volunteers. That number is currently just shy of 52,000. Importantly, there has been more than 2,500 operational volunteers that have joined the CFA since January this year. I guess what you see quite regularly off the back of periods where you experience emergencies is that it re-engages the community. It turns their mind to the importance of those that turn out to protect them. And often when I'm speaking to new volunteers, I ask what motivated them, and it's because they've seen others responding to emergency and feel a sense of obligation to their community as well. So that's just one way of attracting volunteers. The other ways is you'd recently would have seen at country shows around the area. Indeed, the Melbourne show, always on display, having the volunteers there talking to the community, talking to the public about coming and having a try at the station, come and hear what it's about. Not every volunteer needs to get on a truck, whether it's CFA or SES. There are many roles for volunteers to play. So getting that message out that if you might be hesitant about putting on a suit and getting on a truck, that's not the only way that you can be part of a really fantastic organisation. So they're really important messages as well to get more and more people through the door. I've got to say the other way to attract new volunteers is investment. Investment in new trucks, investment in infrastructure. One of the things I like to promote when I get to visit a brigade or a unit that's receiving a new piece of appliance is thank the media for attending, because it's not actually there for a picture opportunity for myself, but the opportunity to get out into the broader community about new investment, the opportunity to thank the volunteers, and importantly remind people that there's an opportunity if you've got spare time to come down and have a look at your new station or check out a new truck. There is also obviously media buys and campaigns in relation to fire awareness, which we hope also has the added benefit of promoting the need for more people to get involved in this important way to protect your community or support your community through the emergency services. You know, always competing with people that are attracted to footy clubs and netball clubs and the like, but joining your local CFA is something that I would always promote. A lot of crossover in volunteers in country areas. There are some brigades that are having trouble attracting and retaining volunteers, and that's something that I'm working with the CFA on constantly. But in good news, as I said, there is some waiting lists in some areas.
Mrs Tyrrell with a supplementary, please.
Thank you, President, and I thank the Minister for her reply. Last week, I met with the captain of the Emerald CFA, who detailed the recent success of the brigade in recruiting and retaining new volunteers. Will the Minister consider implementing a mentoring program between different CFA brigades so that those with high memberships can help brigades suffering membership shortages to recruit and retain new volunteers?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Ms Tyrrell for her suggestion. It's something I'd be more than happy to speak to the CFA about. They have a lot of engagement and networking opportunities, but your particular idea, I'll ask what they would say in relation to your idea and come back to you.